Let's bring in that money. Let's bring in that cash money now. Money us. Money us now. Give me money. I want money. What am I talking about? Well, turns out this is an article came out 5 days ago on March 21st, okay, of 2024. Turns out traders have invested $55 million using an app that helps them copy congressional stock portfolios. What? Are you telling me that there are people out there that are trying to milk the system like the congressional leaders in the halls of Congress are Democratic and Republican lawmakers? Well, gee, why would they ever do that? It's not like our politicians have like the cheat codes and they're able to get like inside the game and become insanely rich, right? That would never happen. Not in this democracy, not in this republic, not on my watch. But apparently it's so. Say it ain't so, kids. Say it ain't so. Well, it is so. It is very so. Apparently, hey, look, it's Nancy, Mama Nancy, and Dan Crenshaw, Mr. Eye Patch Man, James Bond villain. Turns out, an app allowing its users to trade like members of Congress and leading investors just broke $100 million in total investments. Goodness gracious, Cretaceous. Despite its success, the app's co-founders adamantly say they hope it leads Congress to ban themselves from trading. Oh, bless your heart. No, they're going to come after you and arrest you. That's what's going to happen. Hey, let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1 for Kit. This app will lead to Congress stopping themselves from doing insider trading. Type 2, no, boy. No, they're going to find these app creators and arrest them. I hope I'm wrong about this. And I just see option 2 happening. Not because it's just the evidence goes out there. I've said this before. If any regular citizen even did a fraction of what Congress is doing, you would never see the light of day ever. Released in January of 2023, Autopilot pulls trading data filled by members of Congress and allows users to copy their trades. Since the passage of the Stop Trading on Congressional Knowledge Stock Act in 2012, members of Congress are required to report each of their and their immediate family's investments within 45 days or face financial penalties. Oh, that's so adorable. The app allows its users to mimic investments made by prominent hedge fund managers like Michael Burry, the subject of a 2015 movie, The Big Short, via their federally required 13F filings. Chris Josephs, the co-founder of the platform who runs the popular Nancy Pelosi stock trader on X, told Business Insider the app breezed past the 100 million trading milestone on Monday, with more than 55 million copied from trades that copied congressional filed ones. The app doesn't allow its users to mimic every member of Congress. Instead, it provides for legislators to copy Representative Nancy Pelosi, Representative Dan Crenshaw, the pirate, Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, saying it so, Debbie. Debbie goes deep for that trading, and Representative Dan Goldman, plus an amalgam of stocks from the top 10 politician traders based on their 2022 performance. Joseph said the portfolios of Crenshaw Pelosi, which the Congresswoman has said are made by her husband, Paul Pelosi, are the 2 most popular to mirror. Gee, I wonder why. Why is that happening? Statistics within the app showed that Pelosi's reported trades increased 45% in value in 2023. Crenshaw's increased by value by 41%. As for a comment on the matter, Corey Schermeyer, spokesperson for Crenshaw's office, told Business Insider that their boss is not a millionaire and barely has anything invested in the market. Bullshit. Representatives from Pelosi's office declined Business Insider's request for a comment. Pelosi was like, "Don't you tell those people what I'm doing." At the end of 2021, Pelosi, then Speaker of the House, said that she was against banning members of Congress and their families from trading stocks, leading to a massive public outcry and her to flip her position on the matter. Several members of Congress, both Republicans and Democrats, saying it ain't so, they're working together like tag team champions, tried to ban the practice in 2022 to no avail. Next congressional session in 2023, a group of Democratic senators introduced a similar bill, though it remains stuck in committee. Why is it stuck in committee? Because that's how it's designed to be, for it to be stuck in committee. That's why we're doing this, Joseph. The autopilot spokesperson said, honestly, it's partly continue holding their feet to the fire. We're not going away. They're going to get a knock on the door. FBI, open up. Donald Sherman, Deputy Director for Citizens of Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, said he thinks the app is a clever idea. He's not surprised to hear that many legislators have trading portfolios that are more successful than the average investors. Gee, why is that? Because they have the cheat codes. If I take the most generous perspective, their entire job lends itself to the kind of careful study of market trends, economic factors, and experience with what moves the market. I think most traders need and would envy, he said. Yes, of course. As Autopilots Joseph has put it, if you can't beat them, then you got to join them. I want to give a huge shout out right here because this was a segment of Tucker Carlson interviewing Tulsi Gabbard in regards to the insider trading in Congress.
There are far too many politicians from both parties who spend their time at social hours and happy hours with lobbyists than they do actually spend time at home.
Does anyone ever? Oh, well, that's certainly true. And they have sad personal lives. Almost.
Yeah, none at all.
Not all, but most, as you know.
Yeah, our politicians are miserable people. Why do you think they write laws that are so sociopathic and barbaric? It's because they're miserable. And if they're miserable, they're going to make all of you miserable.
But I'm always amazed by the financial disclosures.
Wait, hold on. That just got me to wonder. Especially, okay, if all these Congress people have sad, miserable personal lives, gee, I wonder if when AOC is all happy and bubbly, like when she does her live streams on Instagram or any other social media platform, like once the cameras are done, think she throws a frying pan at her partner? I mean, I don't know. I don't know now. AOC's partner, blink twice if you need help.
And again, since this is the last question, but since no one else talks about it, I will. And you see these members of Congress who are, in some cases they're clever, maybe even smart. In some cases they're just pretty ordinary, actually. And they're so rich relative to the mean.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone, and I have no idea how they made all that money. I have no clue at all how Nancy Pelosi is just so rich, or how her stock picks are like way better than Warren Buffett's. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
But does anyone ever talk about that internally, like
No.
on the Hill?
No, because most of them benefit from it. I love these like accounts on X and on Instagram that pop up now that are actually tracking.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they figure it out, but they are tracking what she's buying and what other members of Congress are buying.
Nancy Pelosi's stock tracker.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely one of them.
Unusual Whales, have to give them a shout out because they've done some great work.
It's incredible.
But they're like, hey, everybody, it's incredible to see. And when you watch that, and I'm so glad for the transparency that they're providing to people in real time almost, but it's no wonder why she and others, Democrats and Republicans, who could very easily pass the legislation that says no member of Congress or the Senate or their spouse or their senior staff should be allowed to trade in stocks, period, full stop. It's such an obvious way to stop even the perception, if you want to claim like innocence or whatever. There should be no perception that our elected leaders are profiting off of the knowledge that they have as policymakers that directly impact industry and businesses. That's a no-brainer to me. I introduced legislation when I was in Congress to do that. Many people have since then. There's been a lot of talk and conversation. Why hasn't it gone anywhere?
Here, I want to give a shout out to this Twitter account, Unusual Whales. I cannot say enough good things about them. And they have done a fantastic job because here's something that they pinned on January 2nd of this year. I've just released a full report on politicians trading in 2023. And I've shown this tweet before, but it seems correct to show it to all of you beautiful people now. Like every year since 2020, U.S. politicians beat the market. Say it ain't so, Unusual Whales. And many in Congress made unusually timed trades, resulting in huge gains. Here are the top performers of 2023. Got Brian Higgins, Mark Green. Brian Higgins, a Democrat. Oh, my God. Garrett Gaves, David Roser. Nancy Pelosi, you're not the top of the class, girl? What's going on? There's Mama Nancy. Look at all these people. Dan Crenshaw's right there. Look at this. You got all these people. Dan Crenshaw. Look at all this. This is just downright sad. Row your boat, Ro Khanna. Say it ain't so. MTG, you know me, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, this is just sad. Never would I assume in this day and age that our glorious politicians would ever be part of this. But look at these people must be big brain investors. Look at this. Check this out. This year, Democrats absolutely dominated the Republican counterparts. Look at this. Look at all this. The average congressional stock returns from Democrats and Republicans. Democrats are earning it. Honestly, many members of Congress made huge gains in their portfolios after their market record year. Look at this. Highest realized gains in 2023. Josh Gottheimer, row your boat, Ro Khanna. Man, Ro Khanna's in there doing it great. Look at this. What's absolutely insane is that Congress was trading options once again in 2023. Notionally, they traded more in 2023 than last year. Look at this. You got all these Democrats. Mama Nancy. Look at this. All this stuff. Money. They are earning that money. And look, here's a longer table for many members' portfolio returns. The names are across the aisle from Democrats to Republicans. Famous traders like Dan Crenshaw, Nancy Pelosi, John Gottheimer, and others beat the market this year. Look at all these people. Look at our politicians. Does it come as a shock to you? But yet their personal lives are so miserable. And why? Because they're not happy people.
That's why, because they profit off it. So they don't, of course they don't want to talk about
that's
it.
just an easy one.
It is. And frankly, like, why do they need to be forced? When I'm not some kind of stock trader, but when I was like 23 and 24, I had like $5,000 in my savings account. I was like, okay, cool. Let me learn a little bit about stocks. I put some money in some stocks, and I don't remember how they did, but I knew.
Okay, you kind of lost. Okay, I get it. Hey, look, we all try and play the game, and then you lose. All right.
I knew immediately, like going into Congress, perception is reality.
Yes.
And so it doesn't matter, like, well, I've had this stock for 15 years or whatever. It doesn't even matter what it is. I got rid of, I did not participate in anything related to stocks or stock trading or buying or selling or anything for the entire time that I was in Congress. And it's not some like, oh, look at me, I'm so great. It's just common sense that we have people in great positions of power. Why should they be forced to do something with the passage of a law? Why don't they just do the right thing and say, you know what? We get that even an innocent thing could be perceived as insider trading. We're just not going to go there.
Because it's too lucrative to give up.
And they know they can get away with it.
That's true. And Congress has. I just showed you just a list of what they're capable of. And that's from Unusual Whales. And I encourage everyone, if you haven't done so already, follow Unusual Whales on Twitter, on X, of course. I encourage it. I demand it. And I ask it all of you. I'll be posting a link here as well. And when I clip this as well for the show, I encourage all you lovely people to follow them. And I will be posting that link because that way you'll find out what your favorite lawmakers are doing. And all of you people should know what they're doing. See, the game is rigged. These people who rule over us don't like us. They only care about money, and more money. It's a sick system, and it's got to be replaced. It's got to be torn apart. You can't reform something that is incapable of being reformed.